Now, once again, hello and welcome to the second semi-final of the 2025 Instacash Schools Tournament. Now, today's story, it's a derby here at the King Sobhuza Memorial II. Two teams have got nothing to complain about. Knowing that, simply at home. That is Evelyn Bering representing the whole region, qualifying through a wild card, beating Nhlangano in the last 16 semi-finals against Nhlangano. Now, talking about the special employees at Eswatini TV, that is Sipo Mavimbela. Long-serving experience, talking about more than 10 to 15 years of experience. He's the man giving you those beautiful shots. He's not alone. Ahead of him in terms of experience, that is Skumbuzo Dlamini. About 15 to 20 years now in terms of experience. Those are the two legendary camera people giving you those beautiful shots, as you can see, of the entire venue area. Now, he's a multi-talented and skilled man. That is Linda Master Dlamini. Not only is he your analyst on Eswatini TV, he also has some special skills when it comes to camera work. That is Dlamini. On the other side also of the camera, there is Temba Shabangu, having been with the institution for over 25 years, but now 5 years with camera work. Eswatini TV with the main stand, of course, at the venue. That is the communications and brand officer, to ensure that not only are you getting the information, now the crew giving you everything. The man standing in the black top, that is Mangariso Nziniza. Behind him, Sponero. The two had a spell at SABC in the Republic of South Africa. So you can imagine the experience. Is the director Mangariso, followed by three playmen. That is Sponero. Down there is also Patrizio MCB. Also another talented and skilled vision mixer. And of course the entire production under the leadership of former Manzini Wanderers star. And that is Taribo Bembe. Now back to the experience. Another 10 to 12 years of experience at Eswatini TV. That is a smoother Shongwe, rather smoother Shongwe. Of course, maybe he's enjoying even being in the area next to him, all the way from Hlatsi. So Shiseren region is really his home area. And then also another experienced from the Hoho region, that is Swiso Ngwenya. In this encounter, that's Madlenya, the Rangers player, who on the day was really one of the good players to show caliber and quality. But receiving this ball, look at how he finished his goal. Madlenya, experience at his best. He was wearing then number 7. I don't know about today, his position now. He's wearing number 11 today. Kametse Madlenya. But this is a beauty of a finish. Of course, the supporters of the two teams being in Nhlangano come in their numbers to ensure that it is happening. Evelyn Bering, last year's runners-up against first-time semi-finalists Nhlangano Central. And the two teams are from the region. The two teams are from the region. The man Slongonyane was there in the first counter on the left side of the lineman. Once again, experienced referees Naubabuga in terms of the action.
True, experienced referees to take on the biggest game in Nhlangano. Derby, crosstown derby.
Also noticing Wandile Mamba is also back. One of them between him and the one should be the fourth official, but we need really a good and experienced referee for this encounter. So looking at the two teams, looking at the captain of the Nhlangano, that is Dlamini Sean, number 17. On the other side, you've got Nsikelelo, the number 4 for Nhlangano. Now it's time for teams to gladly and impressively take the pictures. Now they're here for the first time. Do they have what it takes to go to the finals?
They know what it takes. The Ababe pairing. They've been there. They've played the semi-finals. They've played the semi-finals for Evelyn pairing. So they know what it means. As you see, Mavuso Ayanda Shabang Melusi Kaba Melusi. That's Nhlangano Central.
Yes.
Dlamini Wakile Mavuso N. Mabele Sathandu. Dlamini Lindani. Hlophe Bandile. Dlamini Melusi. Mabuza S. Dlamini Sean. 17. That's Nhlangano Central.
There is.
Wait for pairing.
Yeah, this is a really strong lineup considering the fact that they're coming in to face a really experienced side of Bering, produce some of the best stars we've ever had in the land, including Bowanda Nhlego, Toribo Pembe, Darren Christie, all those having played for Bering.
Nhlangano pairing.
This is Bering now.
Mlungulihle Mavuso S Mpanza N Shong Esiboniso Makakula Smanga Kante Jabulo P Dlamini Smiso Nzima Yenziwe Kame Sehleliso paper 2 Dluli Wanda Kama Ayababaza the baby boy.
It's Bering for you. Just correction there, change of names. There is Bering that appearing now. First it was Nhlangano. We can't wait for the encounter to start. Now, we did say that the game between Manzini Central and Mbaga was probably amongst the best we've watched. But can this game now raise the toll to one of the best since we started?
I think for me, pairing, they know what it takes. They have what it takes. They've been there, they've done it. For Nhlangano, nabo kanjalo, they know what it takes. Bayafuna kufika final, bayafuna kakamanzini. But who wants it most? Assad. As you can see, pairing, your chance appreciation with the time.
Of the supporters. Knowing that this is Bering, of course. Just looking at their key players. Here's number 11. Wow, that's a beauty. They're just behind them. Now comparing them to Manzini Central, who are the best?
For me, we truly don't know. Kepha ngithi mina umjovu netwe imfene lelanga lanamuhla. Impela kutawujova ngisho netihlahla.
Now coming in is now red and white. It is Bering. Blue and white is Nhlangano. Just paying attention to the dress code. The switch of sides rather. Nhlangano scoring on the left side of your screen. Bering scoring on the right side of your screen. So we're in for a good, intriguing fixture here at the King Sobuza. Coaches coming in their number for talent search, ne?
Yes. I've also seen one for Rangers.
Tunzi
Kininza.
From Asitlang Semnigati, also Young Buffaloes. Currently, that is Dominic Nene is around. Now, can this team go all the way and defend their title? I'm seeing their key players right here. I'm seeing the other side also. That is Bering. So, who wants it more?
Mtandazo or no Mtandazo. Inzaba is a ground team.
Once again, Bering is wearing white. Nhlangano is wearing blue. Just to ensure that the viewer does not get confused. The technical bench for some of the. I did say that when you look at the stand, schools are mixed in terms of how they are sitting arrangement. Looking at goalkeeper Mavuso Ayanda, he was very crucial in that first game against Komindaba. Technical bench. Number 17 of Nhlangano today wearing the armband. That is Lamini Sean. Now, who are you giving it to?
The most tactically prepared team and technically prepared team.
Now, we are underway at the King Sobuza Memorial II. It's between the last year's runners-up in a white outfit against first-timers of these semi-finals. That is Nhlangano Central. And critical element we have to highlight is that majority of the two teams have exchanged schools at some point. If you finish your Form 3, you had a chance at some point to switch and go to finish your Form 4, Form 5, Form 6 to Bering, vice versa the other side. Now, let's look at what happens here. There is Bering. Number 9 is Wanda. Building up now is Central. Here's the ball, number 2, Machaonke. Now, question is, who is the lucky winner today? Sparing at their best. Beautiful build up between number 11, Feliso, they call him Madlenya, plays for Rangers, with his number 8, Smanga Makakula.
Kante and Paper 2 combining well.
Looking at their nicknames, very, you have to say, very, very impressive. This goalkeeper, Mavuso Ayanda, quite impressive on penalties against Tumindaba last week. The last 16 semi-finals. First corner kick for the Bering side. And chance being created in front of the score. And so you have to understand why majority of the supporters have also decided to come in their numbers. Some of them having gone to these schools. Mbanza, number 4, gives to number 8, Makakura, but changes side now to Lamini Smiso. Smiso, looking for anyone at the front, but too much. 2 minutes or 3 minutes rather in the encounter. Of supporters, some are also still leaving their homes. I'm talking about number 2, some of the key players in this encounter. Was a chance, but nothing to worry. Goalkeeper and Mavuso.
Guess who takes the shot? Njali Bandile, they call him Stones.
And now, quickly, Nhlangano trying their best to upset the defense. Goes to number 3, Pebandile. Are you expecting a cross now? It's a free kick for the Nhlangano Central. Noticing that the 2 goalkeepers are wearing number 16. The one for Bering is
Mhlungulihle. One player, one goalkeeper who's very tactically disciplined. Goalkeeper lokhona organizer i defense yakhe. Lokhona kukhuluma nayo.
On the ground, it's Shabangu Mzwandile, number 14. That's a sign that really he had it tough and rough. And that's a counter. And the technical bench, fully aware of what's happening. And we'll have to wait and see if in the first 5 minutes this could be an opportunity for Central side. It's a chance, but well handled by Lihle.
Beautiful save, beautiful save. Uchingisa ema basics, u come back by ema basics Lihle. We had to see I move out of the line nakufanele, but I should stay elayinini. Ngikhona kubona kulona ngabe kutaba netingoti.
Now, pairing spot on by the ref. It's a foul. And some of the key players we did mention that watching this pairing side, it's Nhlangano, the number 11. Talk about number 8, Magagura Smanga. Talk about Lamini Smiso, number 10. So the numbers really increasing. Now cross, just well handled by the pairing defense, but once again spot on by ref. Premier League staff once again.
True.
Nhlangano now in position of Nhlangano. Goes to number 18, Wakile Dlamini. Number 6, Dlamini Lindani. They really had a good game against Eswatini last week.
Who's that one? Wakile. Wakile truly had a game against which Wakile? Are you talking about the Manzini Central one? Yeah, he had a game against the one for pairing. He had a good game against Eswatini. He had a good game against Eswatini. I was going to go for Nhlangano Central. Where is the quality? Where is the other quality? Is he on the bench?
Seemingly, there has been changes in terms of how the team started. He's wearing number 5. He's amongst the substitution.
True. He's another one who had a brilliant game last week.
Ngwenya, quality of Nhlangano Central. Let's see if he will make it probably in the second half of this encounter. And that's it. Trying to see if there's one at the front. But looking at the first 8 minutes of this encounter, it has been really a cold game so far. It's not what you expect from the two sides.
It's been a cold game, Fabrice. Now, was on to the team. A compact like swing, making it hard for anyone to penetrate. We are born and you can't uba bridge. Pairing. On the other hand, there's Dlamini Lindani na lo mela mkhatsi nothi angisukilana ngiligatse. Angifuni pairing penetrate.
Yeah. With only 8 minutes played so far, the question remains, do they have what it takes, any of the two teams, to show us what we want to see? A high tempo and really attacking game. Quite beautiful defense. Now sparing. It's a shot, well handled by goalkeeper Ayanda Mavuso. That's a beautiful shot from Magagura Smanga, the Kante one you mentioned. That's a beautiful, but was too straight to goalkeeper Ayanda.
Yeah, it was too straight. Ebe umane waphakamse mehlo wathi angipike i-target. He failed to pick the target lapana, but brilliant shot, brilliant execution, brilliant plan to take a shot. Uthi asengive kusiphekweni ekhabo sikhomka Jeki kumbe ngidawuphuma ngidlile.
Mr. Malinga on the other side for bearing in terms of coaches. Gets across the box was there, but well defended by Panza. Ref spot on with decision once again
for offside.
This is why you need Premier League material for such games, especially at this level, semi-finals.
You too want to see positioning yabo linemen, the correct positioning yabo match officials. You also want to see close proximity ya Rafaela in order for him to make decisions that right and that precise.
And it's a throw for Bearing. Sort of mind game. Smanga teasing. Smanga controlling that defense, gives it to Mpanza. Mpanza looking for Madlenya. Back to Smanga. Oh, beautiful. Back to Smanga! That's in. That's a beautiful finish. What a control. What an interchange of passes. That is quality at its best. Smanga, they call him Kante. And once again, there you go. They have opened the score and probably they have a chance into the finals.
Talk about the little men. Taking initiative to take on the Nhlangano central defenders on. Uyabona ukuthi hayi khona bayavuma ungcono ngene ngivule ngicekeze wacekeza kamnanzi, took a brilliant shot. That's a ground shot. That's what we encourage to some of those players lesibacoachako ukuthi hit it with the laces, uyishaye pasi, ground shot. That's a brilliant goal.
He is leading amongst them and they are cruising so well in the first quarter of this encounter, and they are loving it right here at the King Sobus at the second. Now confirmation from the technical team, Melose, is that there was a stone thrown in the field of play, and if it's sharp, really he is hurt. That is the number 3 Gama Ayababaza alongside number 6 also Shongwe Sboniso.
Truly unsporting behavior. So long yashonanyalo. Things like this, security should have been tightened up.
He is number 3. Let's follow him. Number 3. He jumps from behind. Let's see what happens. He is behind. He celebrates with the player. And then when he's just about to turn, gets it, the knock on the head behind. And then, oof, that's really painful. That's really painful. That's not what you want from your players. It's really painful. Asking themselves, what did we do wrong? But coming back to the finish, ooh, what a beauty. That's an outstanding finish. That's a hell of a goal. That's a beauty. That's a really, really a good finish. Taking on the defenders, midfielders, and I think maybe for goalkeeper Ayanda, the ball bounced just in front of him and it was hard to save it.
True.
Now the story continues. Still talking about who wants it more. Number 7, Mabuza Sakoguhle, going to get us underway for the return of the game after that finish by Smanga. Now, announcement here at the stadium is that the title sponsors are ensuring that discipline is in order. They are please urging supporters, especially schools, to behave themselves. Teachers and officials from different schools being reminded to keep their students in order and avoid anyone to be hurt. We came for sport, not for violence. Now, Nhlangano, it's the chance for them to be back in action. Now, Ayanda, or rather Gama, the hurt player.
Fabrice, in terms of safety, are you happy?
Really, having witnessed what we just saw, I'm worried really, especially on that far left stand where the camera is just looking at right now. It's a mixture of supporters. Anything can happen. But for now, let's hope they have understood. Now, losing the ball. It's number 10. That's it. So, Gosiapa. It's number 6. Lindani. It's a foul. It's a foul on Lindani. That's Nzima Yenziwe, the number 5, fouling Lindani. I felt like maybe it's too much in terms of complaining, but ref was spot on. Lindani, number 6 today, fouled by Yenziwe Nzima. And it's outside the box, and it's a free kick for the Nhlangano side.
In a very, very dangerous position. Dangerous position. It needs somebody lona lenhle technique. Celebrations.
Led by the teachers. They're doing it like they own it. No one does it better than them. It is Kilena Melos.
Yeah, Ipola le washo kuru. What's Ipola le?
Danny being attended to by the medical staff. To Lamini is the number 17. That's Lamini Sean, the captain. We've got number 10. That is Mavuso Gosiap. Now let's take a look at how Lindani also got injured once again. The confrontation between him and Yenziwe, and there you have it. Brought down by Yenziwe Nzima. Spot on by the ref. Yenziwe gets a yellow card.
Spot on decision.
Mabeleza Tando Lwetu to take the free kick. Lifle concerned about his wall defensively. Lifle, the goalkeeper, saying keep it right where I can have a view of the entire ball. Tando Lwetu Mabeleza, number 11, to take the free kick. See if he can carve it in the box, put it in the net. Mabeleza, but soft, and went to waste quickly. That was not from him. We expected more from him.
And less power on that one. Less power on the curl. Less power on the placement.
And, do you think he can make him maybe in the near future a proper appearance in the Premier League? Now, the forces are warning the students to say next one you will be probably sanctioned from appearing at the stadiums, or anything further can be done. Now, quickly bearing, that's a decision by the ref to say. So Osiapa was pushed by the number 10 Dlamini Smiso.
They call him Kutu. I don't know what the Kutu means. Maybe he's short but very active.
Let's see if Danny can get a better chance for his side. Recently, using that opportunity to waste. And Danny takes a shot, well blocked by the Bearing defense. Gets to come at the front, but now one particular player that has been absent in the encounter is Madlenya. So the Rangers player, we haven't really seen much of his action.
He's still silent. I don't know where he is. Maybe usatawuvela. Maybe he's still readjusting. But indlela labamake ngayo ungafika usuloma hlelelo ugametse uthi tengicela ke lapha ka DC order paper certificate semshado shade 90 minutes siyaw divorce mhla iphela igame.
Another touch on the Bearing player. It's the number 4 Mbanza. Struggling. Nhlangano crossing the box. Defended by Mbanza. Now quickly back to goalkeeper. goalkeeper. And it's a throw for Berry. Nhlangano is out for the ball. Quickly gets the ball. Smanga, the goal scorer, gets it. It's back to him. Smanga. Beautiful interchange by Smanga and their number 7, Mavuso. Mavuso gets number 2, Andile. Box cross. Nothing to worry, goalkeeper and Mavuso, but there was a chance to see Mabuza panicking in front of the goal post. And his defensive against Nhlangano. Foul on Kope Bandil. Now, are you sensing that maybe Nhlangano want to be back in the game?
Yeah, they are. They want to be back in the game. But it's a physical encounter. Ungafe ukuthi yiwa zone. Ungafe ukuthi World War II. Angathi noma Ukraine nenangzane Russia yini.
It's a chance, but what a miss. That was in. That was a great chance by the number 14 of Nhlangano. Shabangu Mzwandile, right back. Itself was indeed maybe a chance for them to get an equalizer quickly. Mbanza. So Nhlangano is back in action now. Dlamini Machaonke looking for anyone in the box. There is Mabuza, and it's a goal kick for Bering.
Talk about stability at the back. Bering is showing that in the leadership of Mbanza Nzetselelo.
They are loving it. So far, 27 minutes in the encounter. They are loving it.
They are good to being the main character on those banners.
What a finish indeed it was for Kante. Now, Gama, but it's a foul right there. Spot on by the ref once again. It's a reminder, this is an agreement between Eswatini TV, title sponsor Instacash, and the motherboard of the game, that is Eswatini School Sports Association, to go around and see what's the talent the country can offer when it comes to school. Now it's a chance for Nhlangano. Well defended. Bering. Smanga has the ball. Smanga gets quickly. Their number 2, that is Bandile, gets to number 9, that's Wanda. Wanda crosses in the box. Well defended by number 2 of Nhlangano. That's Dlamini Machaonke. Now their pressure is also being applied on the other side of the goalpost.
True, Bering ihle iphatha lizembe ifuna kuyovuna igaliki ngalo.
Now crossing the box. Bering a header. Goalpost. We talk about again how that was a chance for. Take a shot. It's back to. It's back to back. That was a chance. What a header by Yenziwe. Counter attack but failed. Wants it the most. Bering are showing signs. Loses the ball, Nhlangano. Gama. Now the ball is in the position of Minishon. Taking long. Tarin at his best, yes, but problem with making decisions.
True. Nganso yakhona kuyifunza fa president lengikhuluma ngayo. Inangzane iskom, that's what they call them, their nickname. Siyayidlala ibhola but baholda kakhulu la kiyo. Kani ebemane bayakushesha kuyirelease. Kudlala through lama spaces lahla avula iBering. Maybe they can get the equalizer but kungmanje bafuna container bola engathi baya lead.
assembled themselves. Received a couple of pressure. Sean Lamini. He's been marking his story so far. Also loses it. Now it's Mabeleza. Oh! That's a great chance for number 11. Mabeleza Tandole to nothing to worry goalkeeper Life.
Nothing to worry goalkeeper about.
So he's really good shape. He's been complaining about pain. Something that happened to him. Take a look at that.
It's a hamstring. He's probably complaining about the hamstring. That's cramping.
Handicap team applying their personal skills and ensuring that players, no one gets more hurt unnoticed. Wow, what a chance for Bering once again to make it for the finals for the second time and maybe redeem themselves, get their first ever Insta Cash trophy. Now, came as early as possible, but if I'm not mistaken, this is the Man City Central supporters. Watch the first game and they're still here for the second and to see who they faced. So it's the chance that 5 Zima Yenziwe had and hit the post. Goalkeeper Lihle should be back on his feet.
Unlucky. He was unlucky. Bathi ke jali Themba Lahlo. Themba Lahlo. Umfana lo ngakhala ufele embelekweni.
Now we hit the half-hour mark of this encounter. This man here being the goal scorer so far. He is the difference between the two teams. He is the difference for the past 32 minutes or so. Now, beautiful interchange, and one loses the ball, the other one responds. So it's tough for both sides, but who wants it more?
Yeah, that's the question. Kwanya lokusisa ngumginqo ginqo. Sibhuthubhuthu kusinza lo bhuthutelako.
But physically really not in his best shape. Foul. 12 minutes away from the conclusion of the first half. Considering that at some point we had to stop the game through Gama Ayababa's injury. Tendole to Mabeleza complaining that that's not a throw, but just Mirani hitting the ball. Oh, number 10, that's Lamini Smiso. That's it. Mainziwe in the box. It's a foul. There was a collision between the two players in defense.
It's Kante. Is it? It's head collision.
It's rather Madlenya. Not mistaken, we look at that properly. Was in the box. Going off a confirmation of the other player who's hurt. Bandile number 2. Bandile number 2. Now, with 35 minutes so far, have we seen all? Have we seen it all?
I think for Nhlangano, it's still locked, Lamkatin. If one can unlock the other Lamkatin, then we can see potentially Alumuni. But for now, Lamkatin, it's still locked. Yabona kuswakufaka kwesikia. Ingetani ingidi. Ungena ngapha, amaketani uphuma ngapha yinsimbi. Suke basho njalo.
And right here has officiated some of the biggest game in the Premier League. Back to Ayanda Mavuso goalkeeper. So tell me, Melissa, when you come to a game as a coach, how many good players of your position should you know?
Fabrice, it's the whole team that you should know. As a coach, now preparation a team we are to kufune bonke badlali babe fit and ungatophathwa inhloko nakufuna kuset.
So gets the in the box. They are done, but I think to a goalkeeper, those long balls will be a problem at some point.
True. Now, if there's this speedy winger that I know, quality ngwenya. Uyakwathanda attacker lawo ma long balls labahle bawashaya naba benhlangano central. But for now, so long yasho, it's still locked in the middle of the park. Good creativity.
We are 8 minutes away from the conclusion of the first half. So far, the two sides are on home soil, so no complaints. Mzwandile Shabangu gets across in the box, well headed by Mbanza. It's that's a very offensive, should be a yellow card for the bearing player, complaining that he didn't touch him. Should be, this is the last time he's showing him that you put the foot on top of the player. Probably the last warning for probably another chance to take a look at that. Wow, that's harsh from Wanda. And the free kick, and you were a couple of minutes away from the conclusion of the first half. Literally organizing his defense and the block on the wall, showing that nothing surprises him. Who takes it? There is the number 11, Mabeleza Tandulwetu. Takes a shot, Mabeleza! Well handled by Litre. That was spot on by goalkeeper Litre. Well positioning, following the ball. If there was a deflection, it could be a different story.
Brilliant save. He's saying brilliant. Actually, that's brilliant positioning. That's a brilliant positioning for a keeper. He wasn't ball watching. He looked at the ball, the direction of the ball, and waited with confidence and patience.
They loved it here, supporters. It's a bearing throw. Quickly. Gama. Question number 9, Wanda. He's under pressure though, but he will try to play. Gama crossing the box, looking for the number 2 there. Andile, but and Mavuso came perfectly. Oh! It was a hand. So nothing to escape the ref of the day. It's the man right here, Mr. Shongwe. Knows what it means to reach the 16, and now he's into the semi-finals for the very first time.
Yeah, ukhomba khombile osilungisani lapha bafana nilungise nala ungafika ukuthi sesitolo ukhetha nibadla takela tagcoka ngakhisimusi nangefinal.
Now chance teasing the box, well defended by Kamini Machaonke, looking for number 6 right there, but it's a throw for Herring, taken by the number 7 Mavuso Sine Temba. Numbers in the box, beautiful header by Banza, number 4. Just to create clarity. Number 4 for Bering, it's Banza, it's Gelelo. Then we've got number 5 Nzima Yenziwe, Bering. They want it more. That's how they fight it too. There was a chance for Wanda, but couldn't really stretch his leg properly. Yenziwe header. It's back to the pressure that we witnessed in the first 5 minutes. Now 4 minutes away from the conclusion of the first half, and they are loving it so far, aren't they?
Yeah, bakhona nosiduma ngabanye, as you can see. Mpaka fans are dancing with the Bering fans. Stress coaches, these two, they know that reaching the final will be beneficial if they are to win today's encounter. Beautiful protection from Shabangu. Swandile. Is this a chance for Bering to come up with maybe a double lead? Sumama being a bit selfish. Now Nhlangano has the ball. Gets to 17 Sean Dlamini, but now it's a foul for Bering. Yeah, so long ngisho Fabrice, a lack of anticipation kuhle kuyibulala iBering. Uyabona lapha in that incident lapha kumele akore khona stages number 9 Ndluli Wanda bekathi uyacinzetela, but lack of anticipation let him down. As you can see, Nanyalo, so long yasho, it's still tight in the middle of the park. That is why you don't see the fluidity of both teams. That is why you don't see those penetrational passes of both teams.
Now Sean Dlamini, that's really, that's nasty. And that's really painful for number 10, Smith, number 10 of Bering. For this man right here, he's been awarded a yellow card, and they are in a jubilant moment. Be it now, be it in the remaining maybe second half, they will just remain behind their team. Strong defense between Banza and Yenziwe. Should we expect maybe a bit of additional time, considering that at some point we waited 3 to 5 minutes. Now it's a chance for Bering for into the second half leading, but chance, quite away. But one would say, since Mr. Feliso Kametse Madlenya changed the side, they are loving the supporters. We really haven't seen his impact in the encounter so far.
Yeah, for now, njengoba ngisho ngasihlele lo bamcele ngale ka DC. Wasiwacela shot start divorce after 90 minutes. Wherever he goes, he finds another person otathing lakushada. And indlela lapha mnamathele ngayo, ngafika ukuthi liphepha postic. As you can see lapha bekathi uyatwista, uyathena, uyavula ufuna kuvala, but unfortunately, that snapshot a bit selfish though.
The beauty of the game of football. Now, confirmation of the additional time. 8 more minutes. Is it a chance for the second goal? That's Kama. Oof. Well escaped the situation. That is Nhlangano defense. There was a chance. 8 more minutes for the conclusion of the first half. I wonder for them if really it's not too much pressure. Katkama just needed a shot, but also took time to take a decision. And that was it.
One touch, two is many.
Yeah, true. Now, 5 0. It's a beautiful interchange. Gets Wanda. Takes a shot. Ooh, the bar. That was a beautiful play. That was a beautiful encounter. And that was indeed a beautiful finish by Wanda, the number 9. What a finish. What a shot. Thanks to the bar, Ayana Mavuso has a lot to thank.
Basibayohlale basinza njengesaka lasemende but ibearing iphethe umshini wokujuba tshani ifuna kujuba ngayilethisi.
How did that not go inside? They are still wondering. How did that not go inside? Oof.
Powerful shot.
It's a beauty of a finish. And Smama gives to Tende Smith. Now number 2, Bandile, to change with the Madina. Andile was in the box too long as well for Lope Bandile. Now back to Banza. Complain from the public that some of the players are not giving their best once again, but see some of the coaches really wondering. It's a question of clarity to how many really chance that Bering needs to get for them to maybe double their lead. It's a corner kick to be taken by Smiso. Smiso takes it. The box well headed by Chaonke. Gama. Oof. It's a fight of the two defenders. There was a contact on one of the bearing players. So is it fair to say the 8 minutes has been added on?
I think for me it's the right decision to add 8 minutes as we had a lengthy stoppage time. So loku kuzama kunyanga bo Ayababaza, who was just unlucky to be hit by a stone, and that was unsporting behavior. Libenje likhathatekile le Nhlangano Central.
Once again, loving their presence here. They just enjoy what the tournament they have had so far. And for him, Shongwe, what a job is done so far, making this team qualifying for the very first time in the finals, or the semi-finals of the competition. Now, Smiso, beautiful play to see if he gets Gama, but quite difficult. We've got also losing the ball there. We've already played 4 minutes of the added time in the first half. We are only 4 minutes away from the conclusion of this encounter. Also, it's a throw for the Nhlangano side.
Yeah, it's tending to be a physical encounter, much more physical battles in the middle of the park. So long it's too compact. If only one team can open up, and if there can be one creative player longangena ashintshe game on both ends, singabukela umdlalo lomuhle. But for now, it's still locked. Kyachiphazisi.
Comfortably so for goalkeeper Little. One of the big questions to ask ourselves is, can he really break in the second half? And if he breaks on the other side, what happens to Ayana Mafuso? Now, beautiful interchange. That's Lamini Sean. Part of the 8 added minutes so far, 4 have elapsed. Now, good cross by Yenziwe in the box, looking for Madlenya, but the two midfielders fighting for the ball. It should be, yes, it is still in the field. Quick cross, looking for Nhlangano, but well, it's a decision on the ref to say quickly it's a free kick. 3 minutes to go for the added time, then we're heading for the end of the first half.
Pushing and shoving, that's the name of the foul.
Of course, another push. Really, referees have had a tough day today, considering the decision that they have to make. Now, their side is already into the finals, that is Manzini Central, but the supporters have remained to see who they will face in the finals. Yeah, spot on by the ref. That's a foul committed by number 14, Shabangu Mzwandile.
My question is, has he given it? Let's wait and see.
No card has been issued yet. That's Madlenya, the number 11. Eddie, what's your take on that foul?
I think the hand hit Madlenya. Sandla simshayile Madlenya ebusweni. Angade kusi uNombembe ubese ukhuta in, but kumona ngasukhute Madlenya mina.
Let's see if there's a chance for the runners-up of this competition to maybe get their second before the conclusion of the first half. Kenya brings the ball back to Mafuso. Change inside. Gets number 9 Wanda, and it's the corner kick for Bering. Probably the last corner of this encounter. And Mafuso Ayanda has to make sure that they don't concede on this occasion. If they have got any chance, maybe we'll be back in the game in the second half. He needs to put in his effort here.
Yeah. Where are you?
Taken by Bering. Header quite wide, and this should be the conclusion of this encounter. This should be the end of the first half. Bering leading a goal to nil. What's your take on the entire first 45 minutes? Have you been impressed by the two sides? Who has it more, especially that we are finishing the first half?
For me, both sides. I'm impressed by both sides, but lenkhala ngako Fabrice. Umkhathi uphekwe kakhulu, and in a way kusi ukhiwe kude lokhona kudlala, but I've been impressed by the number 8 of Evelyn Bering. Smanga. Is it Smanga? Yes, it's Smanga Makakula. Kante. We are quite creative. We are quite a team. So by far, he's been the steering, Lokona coordinator between both defense and attack.
Beautiful interchange between Gama and Wanda. Seemingly, we've now entered the 9th minute of the added time. Smanga, beautiful play is indeed Smanga. Oof, that's a beauty. Just controlling so well that midfield. Spot on, the ref says let's play. Lope Bandid gets to number 7, Mabuza Skokuhle Sakokuhle. Now that's the confirmation of the conclusion of the first half. Here are the King Sobos of the second memorial. I'll just know that Bering, last year's runners-up, are already leading by a goal to nil. If things are to end like this, we'll have last year's repeat of finals between Manzini Central, who have already qualified, against Bering, courtesy of this young man, number 8. That is Smanga Makakura. What a finish so far in that. I think for me, in the first half, was quite the man of the match. A beauty of a finish.
True. That was a beauty. Le creativity yakhe ube mnandi kakhulu. Ibe mnandi kakhulu le.
Now, conclusion at the King Sobuza, as we look at the first half, that's a beauty of a goal. Look how it takes on the defense, the midfield, and the shot. That was the first created chance, and he knew that if he kept on doing that, he will maybe get a chance. But now, this time around, he nets it right perfectly and right comfortably. And that's the lead that so far he is given to the Bering side. On the other side, we have to talk about number 6, Lamine Lindani. Had also a decision to make, especially in front of Mbanza and Yenziwe, and the header post by Yenziwe. We also talk about the Lucky Ayanda Mavuso, 2 posts on his goal post. Look at Yenziwe with that cross. Look at what happened in the box. And Lamine is shown comfortably. Now number 11, it's a shot that is Mabeleza, well defended or protected by goalkeeper Litre. Now we've come to the conclusion of the first half between Bering High School and Central. It is Bering 1, Central High School 0. Now we are about to get underway here at the King Sobuza Memorial. Now we already underway for the second half here between Bering and Nhlangano Central High School. So, knowing that Bering have got 1 foot maybe in the finals of this year's competition, courtesy of that early finish by Smanga Makakura. Now can Nhlangano maybe change the story here, Melus?
As I've said it before, if they can take the game to Bering, maybe they might have. But it's a bit it's too compact. So you don't know what really needs to happen. You need somebody who's creative. Nhlangano midfield both teams.
Oh, and that's a kick for Nhlangano. Second half already underway. One will ask himself that can Madlenya now be in the game? He was really absent in the first half, and Bering really need him. That's a beautiful interchange by this Nhlangano side, but Sean didn't give anyone. It's always interesting to know how the supporters have got a say in what's happening in the field of play.
I mean, I think sometimes because you don't see, sometimes the pressure awukhona ukuyithola awuyathi ukuthi kanjani awudlalela ngekhathi.
Just knowing that the supporters here surrounded the area, the numbers are quite impressive. Now that's Smanga coming back from behind to assist, but it must have been a situation that requires the Bering defense maybe to just easily throw the ball into the throwing position, just to gain position and be able to defend perfectly. A shot protected by the Bering defense. I mean, we did watch Nhlangano Central against Mindaba last week. They changed tunes in the second half.
True, bayakwati kushintsha inangzane igame. Bayakwati kufaka shukela etiyeni at some point, but bese isala kuphi into decision making in front of goal. Bese isala into decision making ku final third. Player down. What could be the problem? Ngicabanga ukuthi ushaye kabi la ushaye kabi ngale ball. Bamshaye kabi ngale ball.
Was technical bench of sparing side by Mr. Malinga. Once again, take a look at what occurred. Went on to carry on, try to fight for the ball, but the pen was too much to take. That's a Smith for number 10 on the ground. Smith on the ground, the number 10, so Flamini. Now, what's available on the bench? Talk about quality in this bearing side.
I can see a Mabuza Alwanze, Coco Melon.
What a player he is indeed. Platane will remember him.
Very, very skillful. Very skillful. There's also a Dlamini Fenacho, Granado Fenacho, who can maybe again so long cards just to stabilize the middle. But in Buagwam, Guluzan Umfanana would be a big problem.
Gamma. It's a chance, but of course, I mean, seems himself in a position of offside. That's Bundy, the number 2 of Berry. Was captured by the assistant or the lineman. He's already been really cold and I think matching the S5. It's did it. Nothing to shock goalkeeper Leaflet. Had a first half, didn't he?
Perfect first half, but again, yalo so kalekla le mastance lang awatu ustawa solve njani. Ufuna kubang ex lunga solve.
The commentator you've been so far for this entire school competition, courtesy of your analysis that you've brought to the viewers. Over 1.2 million of Eswatini, and also looking at beyond the borders, those who watch us on YouTube. It's a chance for Nhlangano. That's a wonder. Because the ball is in zero. So once again, Mr. Melusi, your job is well commended for hard work and dictatorship to dedication to what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Fabrice. I appreciate that one. Spanish nugget to choppy chop.
Now, so that's a shot. Now, I will say Mbanza, number 4 of Bearing, really had to do a hard job. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Lihle was in a perfect position to defend that.
Bekatava ngetingane tesikole abatava ngebangani bakhe basesikoleni ukuthi yebaphi naye inethi jayiva inethi gatse kujayiva selokhu ithulule ibathe ngibalo ofuna kungihlabelisa kude. Somebody is taking the initiative ngifuna kujayivisa inethi. Uyabona le ndlela letengayo kenyalo inangzane Nhlangano Central, they are showing signs of we want to come back to this match, but lekwenda wrong Bearing is defending too deep.
Now it's a corner kick for Nhlangano, taken by Mabeleza Tandolwetu, crossing the box. Who is there? Numbers header, but held now by Dlamini Sean, well defended by number 10 Smith. So Bearing Gamma. Now quickly is Sean Dlamini is back. Gamma. Oh, that's a foul. I wonder. What's the decision?
It's a foul, but ngiyakhala nga ayababaza. Usenga kwangitshengisa lo ayababaza lengimatiwe. He hasn't given me that baby boy stuff lahlala ngineta yona. Angathi kumbe une pressure to deliver, but ngithi mina kuye he should come back to the game, stick to the basics, akone kudlala ibhola.
Now takes a shot. Blocked by the with a great chance. And talking about what's available on the bench, the likes of Matse, Dani, Legos Bahle. And let's talk about also Ngwenya quality.
Quality, pacey, skillful, very creative. Maybe he can unlock the defense.
And Smanga, oof, beautiful play. So far being the man of this match. Change of play, change of position now to number 7, that's Mafuso taking over Sean, but Sean tries harder. Back to midfield, who is there? Let's see, oh, there's a chance for Mabuza. That's a yellow card to the that's it.
That's a tactical foul.
Brilliant from him.
Take one for the team. Ubonile ukuthi seku-13 nombolo ngemuva and bayasihlasela. So let me just pull him off. Ngithathe yinye nje for the team. Ngizame ukuprotecta what we have, which is the lead. For by far iBering solo ngiyasho idlala ngeligeja kuzeliwe.
Now when you look at the duo defenders, central defenders of Bering, number 4 Mbanza and number 5 Nzima, what a partnership they've had so far. If coaches are watching, this is a chance now. It's a free kick for Nhlangano, taken by Tando. Oh. It's a chance for Mabeleza maybe to take an early lead, but we've played so far 10 minutes of the second half. That's Mabeleza. What a player he's been so far as well, but not today. Maybe has lacked that creativity from the previous games.
True. Lana ukhethe kubangibhalisa.
Once again, Nhlangano has returned.
Should have crossed it. Angafuni ukudishayela yini.
It's a throw for Bering, quickly by Shabang Mzwandile. Another quiet player is the Feliso Kamita, number 11 of Bering, known as Madlenya, plays for Rangers in Premier League. Talk about the history of Rangers, really has produced some of the good players. One recently to play even in this Instacash tournament, that is Sambulo Masoso Smelane, who plays for Singizin Hospes, Premier League champions, who went on to be recruited in this year's Kosafa competition by coach Dugorozic of Sitlam Semnigati. So that's what Bering can do for you in terms of providing and producing players. He's now amongst the good forward players we have in the land. Bering
solo ngiyasho iBering idlala ngetinsambo tagesi endlini yatshani. They are defending too deep. Badlala ngetinsambo tagesi endlini yatshani. Ene bawuphethe lo match so balayida tinsambo tagesi endlini yatshani. Batawulimala.
First half head out, but really Lamini Sean, that was supposed to be a great chance for him to get an equal. As a captain, he knows what to do better with the ball.
Lapse in composure. Finished with his eyes closed. Ebe ukontrolile wakhetha ukutrepela umphakathi wakhiphela ngaphandle.
And already enjoyed 12 minutes of the encounter. Chance for Bering. That's Wanda. Oof, well blocked by Lamini Machawonke. But what a chance it was. What a chance, Melusi. That was a chance.
Delayed. The issue of delaying inside the box. Utrepile fine ngiyavuma. First touch brilliant. But the second touch, why do you have to delay the second touch? Because ngawushayile lapha. Ukhethe kuba ngilindiwe.
Now, issue of muscles being a problem so far. And this man here, Nzima Enziwe, he's been very key and crucial for a Bering. So take on him as the central defender?
It's been brilliant. Nhlangano, I mean, partnership yabo na Mbanza, who they call him Donna, has been brilliant, very very brilliant. And that man, that in Zimayenziwe, they call him Briggs. I remember my brigado, they got those star who's in jail. So the Briggs means good. It's been libonza layo ipering.
See if there is quite few advices coming from Coach Mr. Shoma. And of course, I will say teasing, but it's a chance. Talking about this being a huge encounter. Once again, looking at what these two teams can do. Now it's a chance for Nhlangano maybe try to upset the parent side. That's number 6, Nhlangano. Now we've seen what they can do. 30 minutes has allowed, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, Fabrice. Now, I think Nhlangano sayifunzile ukuthi i-bearing is slow into reacting le move. So they are trying to inject pace Gibo by putting in much more pressure like Gibo, so that they can make mistakes and commitment forward.
Now let's see if there is a chance between the two teams to show us a different story in the second half. That's a chance. Smanga, well positioning himself. That's number 12, Melusi. Cross quickly, looking for anyone in the box, but well defended. So now it's a game of defense. It's a game of paying attention, and wow, it's beauty. Now, supporters showing signs of loving this. Now well defended by Shabangu Zwandire. Now, Melusi, have you been enjoying what we've been doing so far in terms of the job and watching the talent that the schools can, deliver in terms of what you have as a country?
I've been in a learning curve.
Yeah.
Ngiyafunza, but as I grow, ngikula nge-maturity. As we look at that foul,
yeah,
that's spot-on decision by the referee. He applied law 12 on that foul, which is fouls and misconduct. The player missed the ball and touched the man.
Now we've hit the hour mark of this encounter, and so far Bering are leading us, as you can see here on the screen. Bering has just enjoyed this encounter. One would say they've got 1 foot into the finals of this year's competition. Now it's a chance for play by hard work by Nhlangano, and interchange between the two teams. Now Wanda Nhlangano crossing the box. Would you say he's turning up for the second half?
He's trying to adjust in, but lendlela labamake ngayo hayi khona.
Wow, they're avoiding pressure.
Absent concentration. Absent concentration. In the pressure.
And, changes now. Is this a tactical change? Ngwenya quality coming in. Out is going to be Flamini Ndani. Is that a chance that quality is bringing some quality.
I think imene sebamfakele ku-injector i-pace much more i-pace than kuthi i-precision, much more of pace, because uyakhona kungena and uyakhona creator, uyakhona futhi dribble.
Creating this huge opportunity for the inside. One would say Nhlangano now is turning up, especially for the second half. They maybe need a second goal just to confirm their victory. Ayanda Mavuso, what a goalkeeper he is. If they are into penalties, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, umnandi.
Of course, I'm not turning up to witness the corner kick for the winning side. They want it. They want Retifana crossing the box. Who is there? Beautiful header, but missing the chance. Gama has approached. There's a missing communication. Now Smiso teasing, takes a shot, but quite far. Nothing to worry, goalkeeper Ayanda. Was that a shot of a cross?
He was trying to pick up someone in the box, but inqasile bhaliwe abakakhoni kuyifunza.
Speaking in parables, Melusi. Just wonder once again, give the viewer what you're trying to say.
They failed to read that pass.
Like that. Stadium really back to the capacity in terms of numbers. It's a beautiful Friday, 13th of June. The year is 2025. We'll go down in the history as school competition. There was a derby between Nhlangano Central and Bering. It's a throw, Gama. Wanda gets this Makakula back to Gama. Wanda, oof. It's looking for Nhlangano, but took time to respond. Zimayenziwe. But it's a throw for the Bering side. Applying some pressure, Melusi.
True. Uyabona nje coach ukuthi hayi khona. Lilwimi ngangathayi wesikolo.
He's had a lot to deal with so far. Now, Smiso gets crossing the box. Well headed by Mswandi. Gama! It's a chance. There's Wanda, well blocked by the number 2. That's Dlamini Machaonke. Gets to number 6. That's Shonwe. Sponiso. Number 7, number 2. It's Mavuso, and that's Aniri. This man has had a serious encounter today in dealing what the talent from this school kids can offer. But would you say Wanda maybe just is missing those key moments?
Yeah. Akusuyele Wanda lemhlale ngimadi. Khona lokushodako. Including Madlenya, uyabona akekho mbambe gaming.
Madlenya is not in the game, but he is in the field. It's a different story or way of saying it. He's not in the game, but he's not. He is in the field rather. I wonder. Gets Smanga to Gama. It's a nice build up between the 3 players so far. Gama crosses, but it's a throw for Bering. We are 23 minutes away from the conclusion of the encounter. Will this encounter end this way? We have a lot to see and offer.
Yeah.
Substitution coming in is number 8, Madonsela. And replacing number 10 is going to be Mavuso. Number 8, Madonsela. Sukelihle.
Ngosiapa.
Then out is Mavuso Ngosiapa. Is it a technical change or tactical change?
I think it's something technical laphana, because ngosi apha vele he's been in the hiding. Le creativity lake wayifaka kulama games laphelile today, le flavor lake wayifaka ayikho. Angathi umlahle phi Raja.
Wanda. Oof, that was a chance. That was a chance for Perrin to double the lead. If they're not careful, this young man, Wanda, Mdluli, could really give them a hard time. Oh, they're still present. Oh, and they still love it. They have his name right there, Matlenya. They love him in the class. Oh, that's a chance. What a nice try for.
Lapha I think short ene Fabrice. Utsalalisa umtimba. I think uvule kakhulu umtimba.
Ndile. Matlenya! That is the one of the best. But there was a chance maybe from Matlenya. Feliso, the Rangers player. Matlenya, they call him. Oof, how did he miss that? I wonder. How did he miss that? How on earth did he miss that? Now, Yenziwe. It's a corner kick for
Unlucky.
Perrin.
Unlucky. He thought it had counted. Latin Paligua.
We should take a look at that again, but Hannah Mavuso is a very lucky goalkeeper, because that was really in, and that was going to be very difficult for Nhlangano Central to be back in the action. Now it's a corner kick for Perrin. Takes it. And Wanda, but well blocked by Bandile. Bandile blocked by Shabangu Mzwandile, number 14. That's Bandile. Njari. Throw quickly. Takes a shot. Smang. Protecting the ball. Gets it in the opposition half. And at number 2, Lamine Machawanke. What a defensive work he's done so far. Palace once again gets to this chance. Matlenya with that post. Oof. Body control. This was really good. Was there a touch from goalkeeper Ayanda Mavuso?
Non-touch. Lapha njube unlucky. I think nalo mtimba uvule kakhulu lapha Matlenya. So that they are finished there, ya bese iba misplaced. Ebe umane wawuvala kancane and then tried to kill the ball. Awu nyalo ngakulala ngabe kulala kumnanze khabo Perrin.
Really wondering if this the moment of the encounter. Look at that. 7, that's Mavuso. Gets Gama, but Gama really, maybe it's the bandage. Is he not able to get the ball the right perfect way? Oh, skillful Smanga. Teams are watching, and the coach who will leave this facility hasn't spoken to Smanga.
Yeah.
Good intervention. Skorife looking for Sean Lamini, but too long. Number 3, Bandile Flope. Great defense of this. Perrin is present to intervene. Bandile Shabam is there. Matlenya is becoming a problem in this second half. He's turned up the situation here. Now, quickly Smiso. Gama will get it, but now he decides to remove it. Bandage on the head. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or if the bleeding has stopped. What's in for this man, Mr. Malinga? Preparing coach. he knows they have got 1 foot in the finals.
He's a happy man for now. But when they are wrong in Nhlangano Central is they were compact in the middle of the park. So Nyalo Sebendeni, bakhiphe somebody who was able to be a block damkhathini bafaka Liwi. So Nyalo ipairing lekwendako it's let's penetrate through lesikhala labashile nabakhipha lo move.
Oops, a chance to the well positioning of some of the Nhlangano players. Able to get that ball. Buza. And we've got Panza. Quickly, Drosela came in the second half, but it's making an impact so far. Swandile Shabang. Swandile. It's a chance, but Lifle positioning himself very well. That ball could not hit him. And we are in the last quarter of this encounter. Bering are dreaming high of their second final of this competition in a row. Has it been good for you?
Yeah, it's been excellent. He knows how to cool down the game because we are ukuthi Nhlangano seyitenge pressure. Let me cool down the pressure labete ngayo and lokhona ukuthi team yami iconnect relax.
Quickly Wanda gets it. Ndile, it's in the box. Absence of the pressure from the opposition, but got the contact between Wanda and Ayanda Mvuso.
Should it happen ikore Nhlangano Central ibering itawalila namathuba lihlale nawo.
True, I agree. See, it's a chance for Drosela. Quickly, takes a shot. Beautiful. That's what the supporters want. That's what the supporters want. Take a shot and make a decision. It really hurt Mabuza. Just slipped on goalkeeper. Ref says play on. I wonder if he's still on the ground. Now it's crossing the box, looking for Bandile. It's Bandile. It's a throw for Bering. Wondering if on the other side, number 7, Mabuza Sakogushe is still on the ground. Coach, or rather the ref says play on. Teasing is Wanda. Now let's take a look at what is gonna happen. Mavuso Snetemba. So Melusi, if I was to ask, how many players can you pick and just collect a team from this side? If you look at maybe this free kick, in terms of numbers, well saved by goalkeeper and Mavuso, that you can pick and say, I'm going with them and they deserve a Premier League status.
There's a Kante. Very, very comfortable on the ball. Indlela la dlala ngayo uyayiniketa i-creativity. Uba uthi is a box-to-box midfielder. Uyakhona container i-tempo ye-game. Uyakhona ku-dictator i-tempo ye-game. Also, there's just number 5. Why Nhlangano Central?
Yeah, I see him. That's Ngwenya quality.
Yes, quality. Naye loyo unesibinzi. I like his bravery.
He is.
He's very brave. The goalkeeper Mhlungulihle, Pickford, it's what they call him. Naye ngamthatha based on ukuthi usoyakhona semdzala so matured. So yakhona ukuhandlisha i-tempo ye-game.
He's loving what is happening so far, but it still has to come from one goal to get an equalizer. For the last 13 minutes here. Now there's a situation between the supporters. The image we don't want to see in local football. Look at that. He's being hit heavily and so sincerely by the other supporters. What really caused that? The question is, we don't know. But it's a derby in terms of schools. Anything is possible here. Quality. Gets now loser. For header by the current defense. From what I'm hearing, the noise has increased. Shortly, maybe we take a look at what's happening. Now, there's Mzwandile. Mzwandile, beautiful 10 in the box. Header. Oof. That was a chance. That was close for the Nhlangano Central to get an equalizer. They love it so far.
So long ngiyasho ibearing inhlitiyo seyibambe ngetandla. Ibearing inhlitiyo seyibambe ngetandla. They just can't wait for the final whistle to blow. Because nyalo, but defender in a way long I understand it's too deep. Noma it's too deep. Noma kumbe tactical angati. You know, I just don't know.
Now, the man in the center has been called for specific reason. Someone is going to be punished or handed a card. Talking to Coach Shongwa. Talk about someone on the technical bench, probably abusing one Mamba. And the card is being given to an official. Shongwe can't really believe. He's being calmed down by his technical bench, saying, can't really believe that you're not honest enough in making decisions. Now, beautiful play. Quickly, it's Mavuso. Sondile. See, gets the number 8, that's Matonse. Matonse across, but well blocked by
Fabri, is it an issue of power play or tactical?
I think it's a bit of both. I would see the power play is coming from the winning side. Tactically, Nhlangano is really looking for it. If it ends this way, Erin are joining Manzini Central in this year's final, which is going to be a repeat of last year's final. The two teams having played the final last year at the Sonklo National Stadium.
He's the return, Baba.
They return this time around at the Mafsu Sports Center, which I would say it favors Central Manzini, knowing that the school is nearby, so they will come out in their numbers. Yenzi was seemingly injured, but back on his feet. Only 9 minutes away from the original 90 minutes of the encounter. Something is brewing on that side. Something really dangerous is brewing, Melusi. This is unsupporting behavior in football.
Yeah, truly unsporting behavior. Ungathi sukile.
And you wonder, it's not even a competitive situation where one would say it's a team you love so much such that they will win the league. It's a school's competition, it's development. Quite a huge movement amongst the supporters in that first end. Now we're 8 minutes away. Have you been impressed? Anything changed in the second half?
I think kuningi lokushinjile la for mina Fabrice kuningi lokushinjile lana. Uyayibona imanzini Nhlangano Central per se. Can I stand to be corrected? Beyifaka i-pressure ku Nhlangano ku Nhlangano ku bearing. So i-bearing lekwendile it's yona, let's remain compact for the time being, which means bayakhona tactically ba aware of ukuthi i-Central ingaba ingodi ku.
Kick bearing too wide and too high. They are really enjoying the presence of being the stadium. Quickly, Tansela takes a shot. It's Mabuza, but Lihle as well perfectly positioned. Lihle perfectly positioned. And 7 minutes to go. Anything can change unless Bering really doubles their lead. Otherwise, Nhlangano are fully much still in this encounter. Wanda gets Adlenya, but who couldn't control the ball. Back to Nhlangano Central. That's quality. Matonsela is left foot. Matonsela. But, quickly, Smith and Co in the response. Now it's really playing with opportunities, Melus.
Yeah, itawalila nangake nje ikore Inhlangano Central itawalila lama chances ledlale ngawo, because nyalo ngiva ngathi mnesebalahle nalomtimpa le tactical discipline labo banayo sebafuna kuyilahla in a way of ukuthi seba committed too many fouls inside the middle of the park. Are they trying to stop Inhlangano Central from penetration? I don't think so. Mina ngibona timpawu tekukhathala in the Bering side.
Let's hope that it's not really going to get worse in terms of supported behavior here on the field of play. Yes, it's a derby, but it's a shot! Well blocked. Matosera, that's so soft for goalkeeper Lihle. And he's going to do what he does best. Getting there is Mabuza, Nhlangano Central, number 7.
That's the best timing wasting tactic you can get.
Yeah. Now we entering the last 5 minutes of this encounter. And whoever wins this will present the entire Nhlangano. Now coming in is Mabuza Andiswa. Out is Gama Ayababazi.
It's Mabuza Alans. Oh, it's Mabuza Anziswa. They call him Matiche.
It's a chance once again. Seeing what Nhlangano could have done, could have provided for this side. In the time moments of the encounter, 4 minutes to go. I haven't seen much of wasted time in the second half. So let's see, there's Wanda, there is Smiso on the ball. Smiso takes a shot, but really quite impressive for himself, but not for the entire team and the entire supporters here. But what a player he is, Smiso.
Number 1 knocksman. That's what I call him. Number 1 knocksman. He's been very brilliant. Kutu.
Tansela gets to Mzwandile Shabangu, crossing the box, well protected, but Wanda gets it quickly. Let's see, there is Nhlangano, gives to Wanda Nhlangano, good interchange between the two of them, but avoids that play. Well protecting the ball is number 12, Kaba Melusi.
I think the Bering Lapa picked the wrong pass. The right pass was that man on that right hand side who was rushing alone. Ebe uphamse emehlo.
Smanga, that's what he does best. Oof. Wonderful play by Lope Bandile, number 3 of Nhlangano. Wanda. It's a quick one by Mabuza. It's back to Enziwe. Shortly, we know and confirm how many minutes have been added on in the encounter. Maldenia doing what does best, crossing the box. Oh, how did you miss that? That's a chance for Andile. Just failed to control the ball. That's high school mistakes, Melusi.
That's not even high school. That's a grade 1 mistake. That's lapse of composure in front of goal. Itawalila ipering nange mathuba should Nhlangano equalize Nhlangano.
About equalizing, they're approaching the box. That's the number 3. I like that.
Kasi flavor.
And this one just came in. He's crossing the box, looking for Bandile. Yes, he just missed an opportunity. There's Bandile in front of him. He gets cross of him. That's Andiswa. Oof, beautiful one. Oof. It's a play by Wanda. But why was he not selfish? Maybe take the shot.
One touch too many.
Now, Madonsela gets the ball. Madonsela gets it for Mabuza. This one. Now, Nhlangano Central. Anyone in the box? Well protected by Berry. It's a beautiful encounter so far. We've hit 90 minutes. And we've been given 4 minutes in terms of additional time. Can the story change, Melus?
It's now a matter of saying anything, anyway will do.
Bandile really in pain now. Let's see if the dying moments could be in favor of this Nhlangano side. Number 3, Lope, just giving it to Sean Damini, the captain, and it's a free kick. They feel like maybe a card should be awarded. It's a free kick. It is a free kick for Nhlangano. And the keeper is doing what he does best, arranging the protection, the wall. Ref requesting that the emergency service just come and carry Bandile, the number 2, who can't really walk on his own. It's really, but I think he did play the ball in that encounter, Melus.
Yes, he played the ball. Kante, timing tackle.
How quickly the medical team approaching fast and quick.
Delaying and killing the game.
That's a cross, but how did he miss that? How did he miss this opportunity? We could be talking about 2 to be good. Last but not least, Nhlangano have got 1 or 2 moments to show why they deserve it more by equalizing and pushing the encounter into penalties. See. Merusi, any explanation to what just happened?
I think the referee picked up, the linesman picked up an offside.
offside can be picked before even the game was played. I think maybe to the encounter is to correct that maybe the foul was not the foul. But the reception from the referee, or rather the public, shows that maybe it's a correct decision from what was the initial decision. We're in the dying moments of this counter. Bearing are on their knees. They are praying hard. Let's just make it to the final for the second time. Box gets it. Tonsela. Smiso protects it. Wanda. Beautiful. And this Wanda. Too long for himself. Kaba. Wanda. And this one. Wanda. Oof. And this one. Another foul. They're just killing time, and we are already there. So
they are already there. They can feel it. They can smell it. That's the road to Manzini.
One would say, really, it's a chance for them to say, we've done enough, reach the semi-finals. But one would say, Walid. Now, Wanda and this one. Looking for Wanda, which I think has had a good game so far. It's Wanda number 9, number 8. Smanga Makakula. The young man and this one. Quality of a player, skillful and very good at what it does. Now we're waiting for this man to bring us to the end of the encounter. And anytime from now, there you have it. Bearing are through to the finals of this year's Insta-Cash Schools competition. Look how they do it better. Preparations and how they celebrate. Oof. And Nhlangano Central are out. Bearing are through to the finals for the second time in a row. Having finished as runners-up of last year's encounter, they will once again play the defending champions, Manzini Central. They have a date on the 20th of June this month at the Mavuso Sports Center. So Bearing walking away with a victory, courtesy of this man right here who is being lifted, Smanga Magagura, with that finish. What a beauty, what a game he's had, what a player, what a technician in that midfield. And they know Bolifre and the rest how it feels. Look at that. But this man right here, he is the most loved player, or rather individual, at the school right now. Melus.
Talk about the man of the match performance. Kante. What a midfielder. Box to box. Very disciplined. As look at his goal. Simply magnificent.
He's a player to watch. He's a player to recruit for the highest club. And he's a player with the technique. The finish, the control, the technique. And they love him, don't they? Of course, it's being ho-ho for EBHS. This means Evelyn Bearing High School, they are through to the final, but they were representing the ho-ho region because they came through a wild card, were able to beat Mhlatane in the semi-finals rather of the regional competition, and they just love their presence in the field. They just love their presence in this facility. They can't control themselves. They have just come to be with them.
Yeah. Ipol. Ali. Urube once said, it's full time, 1-0. What a game we've witnessed.
Without being now witness, look at the attendance of the supporters, and of course, the attendance of the crowd in the field of play. Beautiful view and image. And once again, Melusi, we are heading to the final. Come next week on the 20th of June this year at the Mavuso Sports Center between Evan Bearing against the defending champions, Manzini Central, for the second time in a row. Until we meet again, Melusi.
Sidlala kamnanzi.
Okay, we are Zimos. Bye-bye.